sustainable sustainable society. I don't think it's a sustainable societies, but anyway, with these smart cities, smart grids, smart meters, everything's smart. That's a buzzword for this market beast system. The market beast is the microchip. This is gonna basically be like in your computer, the processor. But you still got keys on your keyboard and a CD drive, a screen, speakers, and all this stuff. They all connect and work through this one chip, the processor that processes all the information out to every piece of the body and tell it what to do and bring it all back in one central area. That's gonna be the chip, but then that chip's gonna be access to your microwave or your refrigerator and the things that's in it and stuff like that, and your bank and then all that stuff. It's gonna all be combined in one. This is one huge plan. So like I said, you brothers need to look into that. Transhumanism, Morgellons disease, smart cities, Agenda 2030, all of these things, transhumanism. This all on one big plan to be into. This is the system that they're trying to create. Almost done with my list here. The rise of broken families. Parents not caring for their kids no more. Kids not caring for their parents no more. Brothers and sisters not getting along together. People not want to stay together. Like baby mamas and daddies and stuff like that are on a major increase. When you was younger, you had a baby when you went with the person you had the baby with. People would look at you a little weird. Nowadays, if you with the person that you had the baby with, you looked at as you weird. Like, wait a minute, you got both of your parents? You still with that dude, or you still with homegirl? Y'all done had the baby, something wrong with you. Do we got nuclear wars? Like I said, you got more than just two powers right now. You got multiple different ends. We trying to stop Iran and North Korea from gaining nuclear capabilities because they're on the rise and they're making these threats. Like never before. None of these things are in a particular order. I know some of these things are kind of off topic. Not in the same topic as one another, but the vexation and the demons that you brothers in the truth are enduring right now. Just think back, like these things are getting turned up, especially since after that eclipse. A lot of judgment is going out since that. And you starting to see it in your spirit. It's starting to rise up more and more and more and more than ever now. Religious wars. You got all kind of people hating Muslims and stuff like that. Back before 1999, nobody really cared what the Arabs was worshiping or nothing like that, or what the Chinese was worshiping. Well, they only really care about the Arabs or whatever, but they don't. Nowadays, it's like everybody hates Islam and they talking bad about Allah and stuff like this. But we're talking about Edom and Ishmael, but Edom don't know nothing about what's going on over there, and they deal, not trying to give credit to none of that stuff, but they just bashing it just because, and the same with so-called Christianity here in America, not condoning none of that stuff, but you see these wars going on with these religions. At the end of the day, they're going to get people so sick and tired of having all these so-called religious wars that they're going to just give it all up, they one world religion. But last but not least, worldwide perplexity and calamities like the flood in Texas. And like I was saying earlier about the weather and the animals massively dying off and stuff like that, fish and all that stuff, So, like I said, when you go back and you think about, the world ended in 2000, the world as you knew it did end in 2000, basically. And now you basically at the end of it all. You in this tribulation time period, These things are starting to increase more and more and more after, After 9/11. Just think about 9/11. That's a major landmark, time period. Before 9/11, we didn't have all the security, Before 9/11, there wasn't cameras everywhere. There wasn't microphones everywhere. There wasn't things recording you all over the places. They didn't have these things going on. But now, they're checking everything and everywhere and stuff like that. So you have to, have your, keep your mind on that Esau's out there policing everything. You're living in a police state in a prison planet, basically now. Security, like the scriptures say. When they say peace and safety, then comes sudden destruction, So, looking at all these things and the rise of all these things, you got to ask your question, what time is it? We definitely at the end, Your regular world and the regular things of your regular world and your regular worldly problems, all those things are ended now. Right now, you got people, wars and all kind of perplexity and calamities going on right now that you got to say, wait a minute on my normal life, Is Me going to work, well, me going to work is important to feed myself, but I mean, the problems that I'm having at work, none of all that shit don't matter. That's all minute when you got motherfuckers feeding you GMOs and putting all kind of shit everywhere to make you docile and stuff like that, man. Like this ain't no game we playing. We at the end. This is it, bro. We man, things getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and every day as we go by, things are getting way more worse. So, I'm running out of time here. I obviously my battery's about to die, but Lord willing, this video was edifying and it's a wake up call to you brothers. We at the very end, of the end. We at the end of the end. I don't know how much more longer we gonna look at these things. Because if you look back from 2000 on in, like, things just been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So Lord willing, this video was edifying. And again, I want to say all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone that rule well. And much love to you brothers pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. Shalom.